Good evening, everyone. This is Tracy Evans Langley, and I want to welcome you to the September edition of Mystery Stamping. I'm here with some fellow Stampin' Up! Demonstrators and some customers from all over the place, and we're going to all share a project tonight. If you would like to stamp along with us, I will put the measurements will be in the description for the video, both on YouTube and on my Facebook page and blog. So we would love to have you stamp along. And if you next month, if you want to stamp with us live, you can just send me an email and we'll add you to the Zoom link. So without further ado, we are going to get started tonight. Let's see. All right, hang on. See, I told you. Okay, there we go. Look at me go. Okay, so I thought tonight I would share with you guys what I was using kind of from the start, because sometimes we talk about it and then I forget to tell you everything. So I had the Peaceful Garden suite out because I have some customers that this is what they want me to use for September. No, October. September is almost over. We're going to be meeting in October. So I thought I would use this tonight just because I haven't gotten to use it since Creativity Now, and it really is a pretty suite. So if you're out there in video land, it's on page 32 of the mini catalog. And then if you flip to page 46, there are some other coordinating products. So it's a really pretty suite, and both suites are very pretty, and they're nice for Christmas, but they also have the stamp set has some great greetings for other occasions. So I'll show you guys that. So we have the Peace on Earth stamp set with these lovely greetings, and the font's really pretty on this one. I always like it when they do a sentiment that has both, oh my gosh, cursive and print. I think it looks pretty together and it just kind of looks nice. So I like that one. And then the dies are kind of unique because we're not cutting out the stamps, but the tag dies are really nice, and then the little leaves and the little blingies. I don't know what that one is. Does anybody know what that one is?
No.
I know. I'm gonna have to look it up.
It
I think
looks
they're
like an
supposed to be
envelope. It
envelopes.
does look
Yeah.
like an envelope.
Yeah.
It does
Maybe
kind
an
of look like an
envelope
envelope
for the pigeons or doves.
for the
To carry
doves.
in their
Okay.
beaks.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it two or is it
Yeah,
just
there's
one?
two. I don't know. I didn't take it.
They might be, the doves could carry the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. Oh, it is. So it's a little double. So maybe it is a little.
Maybe it folds in
little
half.
double.
Give
Yeah,
you little.
it is. It looks like it's scored. It's not.
Mhm.
All
Huh.
right. All right. We'll play with that. I'll figure that
Or
out. I'm gonna have
no,
to
it
do some
wouldn't be a
research.
Bible, would it? No.
Nah. Well, I mean, it could
Definitely
be, I
an
suppose.
envelope, I think.
Tracy,
Yes,
if you look on page 32, the dove's got a little envelope in its mouth.
Okay, there we go. So we
I
have
think
solved the mystery.
Mhm.
Woohoo! Our first mystery of the night. Thank you, Mark. That was Marcia, right?
You bet.
Awesome. You're awesome. And then we have this really pretty embossing folder, which I think is just, again, could be for Christmas, but could be for other things if I turn it the right way. So I think it's really pretty, and I like the frame, and I like that the dies, you can use the dies with the frame. So we like all of that. And then, of course, there's glimmer paper, so we definitely like that. And I made myself a note about what all the names were. Okay, so the glimmer paper, it's all Peaceful Garden. So it's Peaceful Garden glimmer paper. And it's super pretty and super shiny. So if you guys haven't played with that, it's great. And then I was looking for whole sheets and I couldn't find whole sheets for everything. So, so we have some really pretty DSP. I love this one. So A sides, and then as Debbie would say, the B sides are really all nice as well. So I really like these. And I think I like it because yes, you've got some flowers, but you could also do some masculine things with them too. And it's paper that you could use not just for Christmas, which is always great. Because I have some customers and some friends who don't really make Christmas cards anymore for various reasons. Okay, and then we have this really pretty ribbon, which is very soft and very nice. I have not tried to deconstruct it yet, and that is Misty Moonlight. So it's a nice color. And then you have the little flowers that, oh my gosh, the hues of blue flowers, but I think they also kind of sort of, they can be kind of snowflakey, like middles of snowflakes or something too. So that's what I pulled for tonight. Just, I don't know what I'm going to use, but I thought I would pull, I just pulled a bunch of stuff. All right. So you guys ready? Everybody got your cardstock? Amanda, did you get your cardstock cut?
Yes, it is all cut and ready.
All right. So let's get started then. So our first piece of cardstock is 4¼ by 9. We then have a piece that's the same color, and mine is Secret Sea, and it is 4¼ by 5½. So that's a different size for us. And then we have a basic white or other neutral piece that's our standard 4 by 5¼ And this is just a scrap. I don't know why that made it to that pile, but it did. And then we have 2 pieces of DSP. Did I cut those right? Yeah. Okay, that just looked like it was a lot bigger to me. Okay, so we have 1 piece of DSP that is 4 by 4¼ And this is the one that you want to be kind of your busier pattern or darker, brighter. And then we have another one that is 3 by 4¼ And they just need to coordinate. Okay. So very low supply list for you guys tonight. And then I did go ahead and cut. Now I'm throwing things on the floor. I did go ahead and cut some little bits and pieces. I'm not sure what I'm going to use, but I did cut some extra things so that you guys don't have to wait on me die cutting tonight. And the other funky thing, I saved one funky thing. I saved this when I was die cutting today. I think I might have to use it on the inside of my card, but we'll see what you guys think. All right. So everybody grab your scoreboard or your, excuse me, your paper trimmer. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our card base and we're going to line it up on the long edge, and we're going to score it at 4¼ just like we would do if we were making a normal 4¼ by 11 card, but our card is 4¼ by 9. So we're just going to give it a good score. And guess what? That's the only thing you guys have to score tonight. I don't think that's happened in the history of mystery stamping. Not in a long time anyway. Okay, so we have that piece. Everybody good? So now you can do one of 2 things. If your card base is light colored, you could stamp this piece. So you could stamp the short side if you wanted to. I'm going to emboss mine. So when you do your embossing, you're just going to emboss the shortest side, because the short side is going to be our front of our card. So, and mine may get embossed a little bit on, oops, sorry, I can't do this with my mini one, so it's really hard to do this for you guys. So I'm just lining it up. And if I get a little bit on the back, I'm not going to worry about it too much, because I want a little bit more down on the bottom. I'm trying to make it even. Which it doesn't look like it. Okay, there it is. Okay, I hope you guys are having better luck getting things lined up today than I am. Okay. Hopefully that won't slip. All right. Everybody good? Give me a thumbs up or a nod. Everybody ready? Ready for the next part? Okay. Awesome. All right, here we go. Okay. We're gonna we're gonna get rid of our embossing folder. And oh, I didn't do too bad. So I have a little bit on my back side, but that's okay. So we're going to turn it back to the front. And normally we would, I would say, you know, we're going to work things flat, but this is one of those ones that we are going to go ahead and no, I'm not burnishing it yet, but I did go ahead and fold where my score line is. So I know where it is. All right. So we're going to take the smaller of our two DSPs, and we're going to basically, you're going to use it at the 4 1/4 side. So we're going to line it up underneath our card base. Okay, hopefully that's straight. I think it will be by the time I get done. Okay. All right, so we're going to line it up where we kind of have it lined up with the top. And we're just going to start on one corner of the other, and we're going to rip across at an angle. So it doesn't matter if you start on the left or the right, it doesn't matter. You just want to go from the top to the bottom at an angle. You want to make sure that you have some of the DSP on both sides. So let's see if I can do it upside down so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me start it. So I'm going to start a little further up. And then I'm just ripping. And if it gets a little off, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. But you just want to have a nice angle. Or at least a little bit. Okay. So now we've got a DSP piece like this. We have our card base. And then we have a separate piece that's the bottom of our card base and another piece of DSP. Okay. Everybody good? Did I freak anybody out? That we just, look, Kathy's like freaking out. She's like, oh my God, just rip that piece of DSP. It's going to be okay. I promise. All right. Are we ready? All right, I'm going to take a drink. Everybody take a drink. Breathe a little, Kathy. It's kind of like telling my mom to crumple the tissue paper on Stampin' with My Mom a couple weeks ago. I thought she was going to lose her mind. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of figure out where we want, how much of our DSP we want to show. Okay. So we're going to attach this first piece. And I would recommend using the multi-purpose glue or green glue, whatever you call it, because you're going to want to, if you need to reposition this a little bit, you're going to want to do that. So we're going to glue our piece of designer series paper that we ripped to the top of our card base. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And I would put the glue on the cardstock side. Remembering you do want your DSP to show. So make sure that when you glue it down, you've got DSP showing. Maybe not that much. Just a little bit. And hopefully you cut yours exactly the same and they match up. If they don't, give it a little trim. You're the only one who knows. Okay, so we have that piece. Okay. Now I have to think a second. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to take your second piece of DSP and you want the 4 1/4 to be the width and the 4 to be the height. So let's make sure I've turned it right, and see I didn't. It's not turned the right way. So I need to turn it so that it's the same width as the card. Right. And now I'm just kind of measuring to see, okay, kind of like that. That I like how much blue I have showing. So now I can go ahead. Let's see. All right, so I'm taking my the bottom piece and my other designer series piece. And I'm going to just kind of lay it down so that I can see that I've got the bottom piece is even with the bottom of the card base. So right now I don't have a lot of my card showing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bottom piece and I'm going to just trim a little bit more off of the bottom of this piece. So I'm going to trim. I'm going to trim it. I'm going to trim off a half an inch to start just to check it and see where I am at that point. So, of course, I didn't grab my paper trimmer because that would have been smart. So I'm just going to trim. So right now, I'm at about 3 and not quite a half. So I'm going to just trim. I'm going to trim this back to like 2.5 or so. There we go. Apparently, I need to change the blade on my trimmer. Okay, so now I'm going to I'm going to remeasure. Make sure I have a little more of my DSP showing. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scunch some of my DSP on the bottom here down a little bit more. I'm not going to cut any more off of here. So before I do anything else, let's see. Trying to decide if I want to, we'll try a bone folder first. I'm just going to kind of bone fold the DSP and rough it up a little bit. Because we want it to roll a little bit anyway. I could also tear it a little bit more if I wanted to. Okay. And then I want a white edge on this one, so I'm just going to very carefully re-tear at the same angle just to get a little bit more of a white edge on this one. Because I still want it to match the original shape. Pretty close. paper never tears the way you want it to tear when, okay, close it. All right, and then I'm going to kind of do the same thing before I attach it. I'm going to just give it a little bit of a, I'm going to distress it just a little bit. Oops, and I'm going to rip it, apparently. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach my bottom two pieces together. And you could also, if you want to, work the cardstock a little. Just roll it with your fingers if you want to get a little bit more of your DSP showing without cutting more of the cardstock off. Okay. So I need to just add a little glue to my cardstock. And Debbie, I'm not dotting. I did use more than my usual allotment. So I'm just kind of pushing that down a little bit more. Okay, so now that we've got the top of our card base and we've got the bottom of our card base, take a little more cardstock, a little more DSP off this one. All right, we're going to take our larger piece of DSP and we are going to attach that to the top of the card base. And you can, if you want to, you can get it. If you line it up at the bottom, that's great. If it's not perfect, don't worry about it. Okay, but do the same thing we did before. Put the adhesive on the top, not on the DSP here. Put it like on the top of the card base, not on the DSP. Because otherwise you might glue something you don't want to glue.
This is doing something, so don't minutes to have on.
And I'm going to just burnish mine just a little bit, just to kind of help that glue set. I'm going to pick up my cardstock a little bit more, but I'll do that again later. Okay, so we have our DSP attached to the card base. So now we're going to take this bottom piece and we're going to attach that to the DSP. Okay. And we're going to put it on this, on the bottom piece. We're going to put our adhesive on the bottom piece. And if you wanted to, you could stamp all your paper and do the same project. You don't necessarily have to use DSP. It looks really pretty with stamped pieces and solid pieces also. All right. All right. And there we have our basic card, which is a fault line card, which is a technique that's kind of started in the spring. and everybody had been doing it, and I hadn't gotten a chance to really do it until the other day. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really like this. I have to share it with you guys. So it just makes a really pretty basic card. So the next thing you want to do is hopefully you didn't get glue on the back of yours like I did in mine. And did I? Oh, I hope you, okay. I know what I did. I know how I messed up. I used the wrong side of mine. So I cut the wrong place, but it's okay. So I have a mini card today. Hopefully your card is 5.5 by 4.25 and not teeny like mine is, but it's okay. We're going to keep going. So you're going to take your piece that's 5.5 by 4.25, and you're going to attach that to the back of the front of your card. And it's got, so it hides all of your DSP and the other pieces that you have here. I don't know how I managed that. Oh, well. So fine. Okay, so we're having a lemons to lemonade moment. I hope, okay, did everybody else, did your cards end up the right size? The regular size? Kathy's didn't either. Okay. All right.
I think the measurement for the long end may have been off.
Okay, I'll double check it. Okay, I'll double check it and I will put it back out for you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did wrong. I did exactly what I did before.
But it's a cute squat card, I have
It
to
is a
say.
cute squat card. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, I'll figure out what I did wrong because I have no idea. I've made that. This is why I don't practice, because I practiced this one. Okay. So you have your little card. You should have a little piece for the inside. You want to, if you have a dark piece like mine is, you want to go ahead and have a piece for the inside, which I'm now going to measure so I know what to cut this to. Okay, so mine ended up being looks like 4.75. So I'm going to cut mine down to 4. No, I'm going to cut it to 4.5. All right. I don't know how I managed that, you guys. I double checked those measurements too. So annoying. All right. I don't think I've done that in the history of mystery stamping, that I've actually given the wrong measurements. Like, not that bad anyway. Okay. So I'm going to do my little inside, but before I do that, I think, yeah, we'll take my little. No. All right, I'm going to go ahead and attach my inside, and then I'll decide later if I want to decorate it or not, I think. So I'm just going to glue that in. Okay. All right, so now you can just decorate your outside of your card. So a little greeting, some little bling, whatever you guys want to put on your cards. I was originally planning on doing using this tag and cutting it and doing a little tag. So I'm going to go ahead and try that and see what that looks like. If I can find a stamp. And ink would be good. Ink would have been a good thing to have picked up today. I think I'm going to stick with my Secret C as my, since I use that for the card base, I'm going to use that for my ink. I'm going to just do the little piece on Earth. So I think it will fit. Bit bigger than what, well, if my card wasn't quite so squatty, it would have been the perfect size. I think it's okay. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut the top of my tag, and then that'll give me another tag to use on something else. So that little piece. Mhm. And then the other thing I had cut today was I cut a couple of the doves, which I thought would be pretty on this card. Again, thinking he was going to be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. So I think I'm going to do that. What do you guys think?
I like the dove on there.
Yep, that looks nice.
I like it.
Right.
Yeah,
And then I
that looks
also
really good.
And then I also cut some glittery pieces that so I thought I might originally I thought I might use the ribbon because it's so pretty, but I think it's just too big. I think it's just too wide and maybe a little much. So I think I'm going to use some of the little glittery pieces that I cut instead. Because you can't have enough bling. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put this down with, I'm going to put my sentiment down with dimensionals as soon as I figure out where they are on the table. Everything's hiding. I'm just going to do some dots and glue to put these on. And I'm just putting some glue on my silicone mat and I'm gonna just pick it up on my things because I think it'll be hopefully less messy. If I can get some, well, if this one's not done, okay. Okay, how's everybody else doing?
It's a quiet group tonight.
I was
They're
gonna say,
busy.
everybody's like really focused tonight.
They are focused.
Very focused.
I like that. Okay, I kind of like that. All right, I am gonna put my dove on with some dimensionals. I like this dove because he's got like where his wings are, you can kind of separate out the little feathers and everything. So he's kind of, you can make him a little more three-dimensional. Ooh, he'd be really nice with the gold hoops from the Modern Christmas stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I have to do that. Okay, so I kind of gave him a little oops there. Add him right there. I'll come down just a little. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think the little flowers, or do you think like rhinestones would be better?
I think the flowers are going to kind of blend in with your dark color there myself, but
I do too. I do too.
I think the rhinestones would look good.
Well, we like rhinestones on everything.
We do.
Oops. Hang on. Grab some. Apparently, I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was going to be tonight. Okay, so let's do that. Cool. So, look, and there's just perfectly 3 little rhinestones right there. Just waiting for this project. All right. How's everybody else doing? Working away.
We're busy.
Okay, I love it. I think since I've got a little bit of time, I think I'm going to take since I made these extra little blingy pieces, I think I am going to put them, a couple of them on the inside of my card. These are so pretty. I think, and they would look pretty for all year long. I can't, like, they would be really pretty even like spring colors, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Huh?
They would be, yes.
Yes. Find the other blue one that I wanted. Can I use it on the front already? Nope, I used it already. Okay. Well, we're going to do one blue one and one silver one. I kind of like that. So we're going to very carefully glue this one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to glue dot them because I'm going to make a mess, I'm afraid. Don't.
Well,
Just kind of rolling those, sticking them on in a couple of places. I still can't get used to the glue dots being on this side of the roll. I want them to be on the other side still. Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do on the inside of my little card. I have my little squatty card, as Kathy called it. So I've got just a little bling on the inside. And I've got my fault line and all my bling and my dove on the outside. There we go. All right. Any of the rest of you done yet? Or where you could show something? Or has anybody figured out how I messed up the measurements and you're going to tell me the right measurements?
I've kind of got mine finished. Very different though than yours.
All right. Tell me who's talking because I can't see you.
This is Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Oh, Rebecca. Okay. Where are you, Rebecca? Hang on. Let me go back to.
I'm just holding it up in front of my face.
Okay.
So hopefully you can see it.
I got it. I got to go back to the gallery view so I can see you. Oh, there you are. Hang on. All right. Let me make you big so everybody can see you. Oh, wow. I love that.
Oh, I like how that turned out.
That
That's
turned out
really pretty.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
So I didn't emboss, I just stamped the solid color.
I love that. What paper are you using and what stamp set is that?
This is Lost Lagoon, and then I'm using the two-tone Flora stamp set.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
That looks beautiful. That would be a beautiful like bridal shower card.
I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
I was thinking it would be really cute for some kind of shower or something like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's very pretty.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Good job.
Thank you.
Right. Anybody else? I feel like it's when I was teaching history class and I'm playing victims and volunteers back in the day. Let's see. Hang
So,
on.
I have mine done. It's Amanda,
All right.
but I
hang on.
was working on trying to figure out the measurements for the other.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you guys the one that I made, and I'm going to show you that I did make it right the first time. Let's see. Oh, I like that
That's
too.
pretty.
That's fun.
Mhm.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah.
And that's that's DSP that's in the annual catalog, right?
Yeah, it's the boho vibes.
I like it with that. And that's not like hasn't been like my favorite paper, but I like it with that.
And I only got the paper. I didn't get the stamp set that went with it.
Yeah.
I loved the paper,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I love it.
It's a very you paper. All right. Anybody else? Oh, you guys are a quiet lot tonight. Debbie's working away, getting ready for an event.
I am. Sorry, I didn't make one.
Well, you have made one before, so,
I have.
and I can't believe you didn't go. Tracy, you're doing that the wrong way.
Well, I thought maybe you had something else going in your head, so I wasn't gonna.
Well, I mean, there's always something else going on in my head, but that's not maybe what we want for mystery stamping. All right.
I can show you where I am, but I'm not anywhere near done.
Well, you always tweak yours anyway. So once
Yeah,
we're all,
but-
once
So
everybody,
I've started tweaking. That's the problem. That's why I'm
Okay.
not done. So
All right,
this
let me
is
see.
where I am.
Ooh,
In the middle.
Very
But I
pretty.
did make it full size. I just did two 5.5 by 4.25 sheets on the inside as well as
oh,
so, and then
look
I
at
did a little
you.
scrap that was left over from my embossed side on the inside, and
I like
sorry,
it.
Go right. But I've got this little hippo guy,
Oh,
Oh, cute.
and I've got a little, and I don't know what I'm doing yet, and some candy corn. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see.
well, apparently I didn't know what was going to happen tonight either. So there you go. All right. Oh, hang on just a second, guys. I got to plug in. All right. Anybody else want to show us your progress, Marcia? How are you progressing tonight?
I'm almost there. I'll show you where I am.
All right.
I just need, whoops.
Hang on. Let me get to you.
There's going to be a greeting and a mat. Whoops.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
And the set may be old, the Latte Love, but the greetings from the new Branching Out.
I love that set.
And here's what my inside looks like.
Oh,
It's
cute.
layered. And I let the inside of that show. I just moved my front piece down to be even with the big background piece.
Well, yours looks a lot nicer and neater and prettier on the inside than mine
But
did.
then you have to see
But I love that.
close.
Fabulous.
And I know for me, I'm so quiet because I make so much noise pulling out stamps and dies and dropping things that I'm muted. And then to find where the mouse went under all of this so I can unmute.
I have that same problem sometimes. It's like, uh-oh, where did it all go? Where did the phone go? Where did the mouse go?
Yeah, I'm glad you can't see what the top of my desk looks like.
Oh, you don't want
Well,
to see what the top of mine looks like.
I
right
was
now.
going to say mine on occasion has not looked great. Actually, I did clean today. So Okay, hang on. Let's go back to there. All right. So, anybody else? After we've put Marcia and Kathy on the spot. All right. Well, I think we're going to all continue working, but we're going to sign off for tonight for those of you who are out in Never Never Land out there. But we hope that you will join us next month, and hopefully I will get the measurements right this time, I promise. We'll double check them before we start. But we will be back the last Wednesday of the month in October with another fun project. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.